Hello students. In this video, let us start the prose unit 7, the lesson A Great Coachman. So what does coachman mean? To understand this, we need to know what the word coach means. Coach has multiple meanings and one meaning is a carriage that is drawn by a horse. So coach is a carriage that is drawn by a horse. Here is an image. So this is a horse and it's pulling the cart or the carriage. And the person who is driving or guiding the horse is called as the coachman or the coachwoman. So this lesson is going to be about a great coachman. As a warm-up activity, we have two tasks for us. The first task is, what do you want to be when you grow up? Why do you want to be this? Discuss with your friends. So think about it for a minute and just think about what you want to be when you grow up. You may want to become, say, a doctor, an engineer, an artist, a musician, or anything. Think about it and talk to your friends about why you want to become that. As the next task, we have task 2. Name some of your family members whom you think are great. So you can think about all the members of your family and think about what are the really good things that they do for you and your family. Name some great men of our country. So this is not just limited to men, you can also name any great people of our country. Once you do these tasks, we can go ahead. Let us start the story. A little boy jumped out of the couch. He ran to his mother. He pointed to the coachman and said, "Mother, I want to be a coachman like him. How nice it is to drive a coach." So our story, what is happening is, there's a little boy, as we can see over here. We have a little boy and we have a coach. We just saw what a coach is. It's a carriage that is drawn by one horse or two horses. And the boy, he jumped out of the coach and he is running to his mother. So his mother is over here. And then he's saying, "Mother, I want to be a coachman like him. How nice it is to drive a coach." So he's saying it must be very nice to drive a coach. So I want to be a coachman like him. Just like how you thought of what you want to become when you grow up, the boy is also thinking that he would like to be a coachman when he grows up. His mother smiled and wisely said, "Naren, if you want to be a coachman, you can. But you should be a coachman like Krishna, who guided Arjuna and showed the path to innocent people of the universe." So the mother, she is very wise and she just smiled and said, "Naren, if you want to be a coachman, you can. So if you want to be a coachman who drives a coach, you can. But you should be a coachman like Krishna, who guided Arjuna and showed the path to the innocent people of the universe." So the mother is saying what sort of coachman she would want her son to become is like Sri Krishna, who guided Arjuna and showed the path to the innocent people of the universe. So she is talking about Mahabharata and the war of Kurukshetra. In the war, Krishna was the coachman to Arjuna. And during Kurukshetra, Bhagavad Gita was said by Sri Krishna. So this is what the mother is referring to, and she's telling her son Naren. So the son's name is Naren. So if you want to become a coachman, you should become one like Sri Krishna. Let us see a picture. So here we can see Sri Krishna, who is guiding horses of Arjuna's chariot. So Krishna is the coachman or the charioteer for Arjuna. This is a new word for you all, charioteer. So charioteer is one who drives a chariot. And chariot is nothing but a horse-drawn carriage, like a coach. So here the mother is saying to her son that if he wants to become a coachman, he should become one like Sri Krishna who guided Arjuna. Little Naren could not understand his mother's words quite clearly. Later on, he became what his mother wished for. Narendra became famous as Swami Vivekananda. So the little boy is none other than Swami Vivekananda. And later on, the boy became Swami Vivekananda, which was exactly like his mother's wishes. Narendra was born on 12th of January 1863. His parents were Vishwanatha Datta and Bhuvaneshwari Devi. So his mother was Bhuvaneshwari Devi, and this conversation that we saw previously was between Bhuvaneshwari Devi and her son Naren, who later became Swami Vivekananda. They considered the child was a gift from Lord Vireshwara. So they named the child Vireshwara. Later, they gave him the name Narendranatha Datta. So, when the child was born, he was named as Vireshwara. And later, they gave him the name Narendranatha Datta. He was sent to school at the age of 6. He read stories from Ramayana and Mahabharata. He had a desire to study more and become a scholar. He wanted to see God. So the little boy, he was sent to school from the age of 6. He read the stories of Mahabharata and Ramayana, and he wanted to become a scholar. When we are young, our wishes about what we want to become as we grow up, they keep on changing, and that's okay. In our story, the boy wanted to become a coachman, but then his wishes changed and his goal became to become a scholar. He also wanted to see God. Later, he met his real guru, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, and experienced God. So the story of Swami Vivekananda and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is a very loaded story, and it has many values for us to learn from. So you can take a look about different books that give us stories about these two. And in them we can learn more about his experience and how he experienced God. He stayed with Ramakrishna Paramahamsa for a few years. Then he became a wandering monk visiting different places in India. So wander is to roam around without having a specific destination. So Narendra, who later became Swami Vivekananda, became a wandering monk and he visited different places in India. He spoke to the people about the importance of education. So he created awareness about importance of education. He said that education should develop a complete human being. He advocated about the necessity of having a wholesome education, and he said that education should develop a complete human being. He fought social evils like the caste system, superstitions, and so on. So he fought social evils and he was a social reformer. You will learn more about different social reformers in either your EVS or in your social studies. Here we can see Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda went to the United States of America in 1893. He made a great speech in the Parliament of Religions at Chicago. He said that all religions in the world preach the same truth. Therefore, everyone in the world should develop a sense of brotherhood and love each other. So, in his famous Chicago speech, Swami Vivekananda advocated that all religions in the world, they preach the same thing. Therefore, we should develop a sense of kindness and love for each other. So, most of the people who advocate equality, there's one message that we can learn from all of them. That is that love and kindness have the highest priority. If we develop those things, then everything else will follow. He came back to India and began to teach tolerance and love. He established the Belur Mutt in Calcutta, which became the center of Ramakrishna Mission. The main motto of Ramakrishna Mission is work is worship. He lived only for 39 years, but his achievements are great. He made the world understand that India was a great country. Vivekananda's words guide us even today. So this is a very brief introduction to the life of Swami Vivekananda. You can learn more about him by reading more books and articles about Swami Vivekananda. Okay, students, now let us start with the words to know. The first one is coach. We learned that a coach is a horse-drawn carriage. So here's the picture. You can see again, this is the coach. Next, desire. Desire is wish. Where in our lesson did we come across the word desire? Think about it for a minute. We learned that he had a desire to study more and become a scholar. So Naren, in his childhood, he wished to become a scholar. What is a scholar? A scholar is a learned person. Wandering is moving from place to place. So he later on became a wandering monk. Monk is a holy person. A monk is someone who has sacrificed worldly pleasures of life and has chosen to seek something they think is a higher power. Social evils are evils that affect the society. So we learned in our lesson that Swami Vivekananda was trying to fight against evils like the caste system and superstitions. So evils that affect the society are samajika pidugugalu. Caste system is the different groups of the different layers or different strata in the society. Superstitions are blind faith or ಮೂಢನಂಬಿಕೆಗಳು. Religions, we know what religions are. They are systems of faith and worship. Brotherhood is a feeling that all belong to a family and are brothers and sisters, or Sodhara Bhava. Motto, that expresses the aims and beliefs of a person. It's Sukti or Dhyeya Vakya. So the motto of Ramakrishna Mission was work is worship. Achievements are great works. Up next, we have vocabulary. Make as many words as possible from each of the words below. Pause the video and do this activity on your own. It's very fun to find these words. Let's try to do it here now. Understand, So two words very easily we can make. They are under and stand. Next we can make sand and what else can we make? We can make dust. D-U-S-T. Dust. We can make sat. How about ant? So the words you need to make do not have to be long. They can be very short as we are doing here. So what else can we make? We can make rust like we did dust, and one more word we can make is rat. So these are the words we can make from understand. So I will leave the second word experience to you all. Try to make as many words as possible. Up next we have fill in the blanks with suitable words, choosing them from the box below. A mouse dashed the wall and hit dash the table. A mouse ran to the wall and hid under the table. I poked it dash a stick. I poked it with a stick. It dumped dash the stool and was there dash sometime. It jumped on the stool and was there for some time. Later it ran out and disappeared. All these words, they are called as prepositions. Prepositions are parts of English language, and these are the words that are used to express either something to do with space and position or with time. Observe here, the mouse, it ran close to the wall, so we are using the word to. Next, it hid under the table. So with respect to the table, it was below it or under it. Similarly, I poked it with a stick. It is connecting the verb poked and stick. So all these are prepositions. Now we will start with comprehension. C1, answer the following questions in 2 to 3 sentences each. Again, pause the video, try to answer them on your own and then look at the answers. Question 1. What did Naren tell his mother one day? One day, Naren told his mother he wanted to be a coachman. What picture did the mother show him? So in our story, they might have skipped out this part. The mother doesn't show him any picture in the story. So we can just say his mother wisely told him to be a coachman like Krishna, who guided Arjuna and showed the path to the innocent people of the universe. Question 3. When was Naren born? Naren was born on 12th of January 1893. Who was Narendranath's guru? Narendranath's guru was Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. What is the motto of Ramakrishna Mission? The motto of Ramakrishna Mission was work is worship. Next we have C2. Discuss in groups and answer the following questions in 5 to 6 sentences each. Question 1. You should be a coachman like Krishna. What did Naren's mother mean? So the answer, Naren's mother wanted him to be a coachman like Krishna, who guided Arjuna and showed the path to the innocent people of the universe. She wanted Naren to guide people and spread education. Later on, Naren became Swami Vivekananda and his mother's wishes came true as he dedicated his life to spreading awareness about education and fighting social evils. So whenever you come across sentences like this, if you think they are very long for you to learn, you can always shorten them. Try to learn how you can cut short long sentences to make shorter ones to give the same meaning. In this case, we need to cut the sentence here and we need to make changes to the beginning of the next sentence. Next question. What did Vivekananda tell in the Parliament of World Religions in Chicago? Swami Vivekananda made a great speech in the Parliament of Religions at Chicago in 1893. He said that all religions in the world preach the same thing. Therefore, he added, everyone in the world should develop a sense of brotherhood and love each other. This is answer to question 2. Question 3. Collect pictures of Swami Vivekananda and write about Swami Vivekananda's life. So I have just added here pointers which you can make as a list. So first you can find out stories about his childhood, then his education, his teachings, and then you can talk about his writings and his books. So we completed C1 and C2. Let us go into L1. Fill in the blanks with the correct words given in the brackets. Again we have prepositions. We need to choose the right ones. I went in the park. I went into the park. I went into the park. I saw a lot of children. So here we need to use OF of lot of children playing in the playground. So they were playing in the playground. A little girl wanted to read a book. This is TO2. Her parents asked her to go dash and play. Go out and play. But she said she would continue dash sit in her room and read a book. So she said she would continue to sit in her room and read a book. Here we need to complete the following dialogue. Hello Nayana, where dash. So to complete this, you need to look at the next sentence, which is the answer to this question. I'm going to the doctor. So we can assume that the question was, where are you going? Observe that whenever you're asking a question, there should always be a question mark in the end. I'm going to the doctor. So Nayana says that she's going to the doctor. Why? Who is dash? So we can assume that why are you going? Who is? Maybe the friend asked her who is not well. So for this, Nayana says, my mother dash a stomachache. My mother has a stomachache. Will you come to school? Yes, I'll get some medicine and then, Nayana says, maybe she says, then I will come to school. Okay, now we have L3, speech sounds. Oo as in school. Say this aloud. Linda is dressed in blue. Brinda too is dressed in blue. Blue is lovely too. You know it is true. Brinda looks best in blue. Say these words. Moon, tune, soon, spoon, glue and true. Okay, students, we have completed the lesson, The Great Coachman. I will see you all in the next video.